Hello, good morning, my dear student. How are you today? I hope that everything is okay. In the previous chapter, we said that while the children were watching the party, they fell asleep. After a while, the children were woken by a lot of noise and shouting. Oh, what's wrong? What happened? Robert rubbed his eyes. He saw people were running and shouting. What's wrong? What happened? He looked worried. Senator Julius was shouting angrily at Magnus Andronicus. Camilla said what was happening. Lucy pointed to the pedestal. The bronze bust is missing. What a terrible incident. Do you think why Senator Julius is so angry? Because the bronze bust was missing. The children looked at where Lucy was pointing. The pedestal was empty. There was no bronze bust. Senator Julius was very angry indeed, and he was shouting at Magnus Andronicus because he thought that Magnus presented him with the bronze bust, but now there was no bronze bust at all. And Senator Julius said, "How dare Magnus Andronicus try to make a fool of him in front of all these people?" Here, the Senator Julius was shouting and screaming at Mark's father because the bronze bust was missing and the pedestal was empty. Mark's father was very upset because he didn't mean to make a fool of Julius in front of all these people. But Senator Julius said that unless the bronze bust was returned to him by the end of the week, he would punish Mark's father. And he wanted the bust by all means at the end of the week, by the end of the week. Julius left the house and everyone at the party left the party and shocked. Mark's father looked very worried about the bronze bust. Lucy said that what a terrible thing to happen. Mark expressed his worry about his father, and he said that my father was in a lot of trouble, and he knew that Senator Julius was a very powerful man, and he could do something wrong with his father. So the children decided to help Magnus Andronicus to find the bronze bust, to get it to Senator Julius. And Robert said that he would help to look for the bust. They thought that there was someone had stolen the bronze bust. And Marcus said that bronze is a valuable metal and the thief must be a guest at the party and this guest want to sell the bronze bust to get money. But Camilla said that it couldn't be a guest, it could be a slave. But Mark said that their slaves were honest and they wouldn't steal anything from their masters. they are honest, not guilty. But Rupert said that Camilla was right, and they remember when Silvius, the slave of Mark's father, looked admiringly to the bronze bust, and Lucy said he was acting suspiciously. Suspiciously means that to act in a way that makes people think that something bad or illegal is happening. Okay? But Marx couldn't believe that Silvius had stolen the bust, because he thought that Silvius is honest slave. But Camilla and the children said that if he stole the bust, he would try to sell it. So they suggested to follow Silvius to see if he had stolen the bust or not. In the next morning, the children got up early, and Silvius brought them baskets of fruit and breakfast, but he seemed very quiet and he didn't smile at the children at all. Marx said that he was acting strangely, because Silvius was always very happy and smiled and wished good morning at them. They thought that he was the thief. The children went to the courtyard near the kitchen, and they followed Silvius. They heard the cook talked to Silvius to go to the market and to buy something for him. Silvius decided to go to the market to get what the cook needed, and the children decided to follow Silvius to see if he had stolen the bust, he would sell it in the market. So they decided to follow him and to be careful. They followed Silvius to the market, but he bought a bit of olives, some fish and some meat, and he wasn't doing anything wrong at this moment. But Camilla said that Silvius was acting strangely, and he looked worried. He was looking around him, so they thought he was standing and waiting for another one. Here, Silvius in the market, and the children hid and watched Silvius. Suddenly, Silvius started waving, and he talked to a man. This man was Maximus. Marx said this was Maximus, and he was really bad man. And he said, why was Silvius talking to him? So they thought that Silvius is the one who had stolen the bronze bust, and he wanted to sell the bust to him. Here Marx said that it looks that Silvius is the guilty man. The guilty means the one who having done something that is crime or something wrong. So here Marx thought that Silvius was the one who was guilty man, and who was the one who had stolen the bronze bust. Now we finish chapter 3. Let's move to story booklet. Let's discuss some questions. Chapter 3. Question number 1. What was Camilla's idea to know whether Silvius was the thief or not? They would watch Silvius and see what he did. If he did steal the bust, he would try to sell it. A bust was no good for him. If he sold it, he would use the money to buy things he wanted. Question number 2. Sylvius acted suspiciously the day after the theft. Give examples. First, he insisted to go to the market in the morning. Then he stopped and looked behind him while he was going to the market. He was standing still and looking all around him. He looked worried. He ran up to Vexmus, who is really bad man, and talked to him for a few minutes. So the children thought Sylvius was the guilty man. Sylvius was the one who had stolen the bust. Let's move to the comment. It looks as if Sylvius is the guilty man after all. Who said this? To whom and where? Marx said this to Robert, or to the children in the market, when all the children followed Sylvius to watch if he had stolen the bust or not. Now we have finished the story chapter 3. Thanks for watching.